Can Christians dress to expose? Today, you see a lot of people. It is hard to not see man or woman. It is hard to go shopping, take your family out on an outing. It is so hard to not see someone that reveals things that shouldn't be revealed. That should only be revealed to the spouse that they're with, or to the spouse. I mean, not even boyfriend, girlfriend, anything that a married couple should do, seeing each other, naked, no matter what body part or even part of that body part, should only be seen by a spouse, by your husband or by your wife. Of course, being man and woman, right? It's not okay, even, as boyfriend, girlfriend. Because even with being a boyfriend, girlfriend, when we claim Christianity, we're claiming to be Christ-like. Even though we're boyfriend or girlfriend, we still shouldn't be dwelling in sexual immorality at all. Doing things that you shouldn't do before you're married. And the reason why we're told to wait till marriage to do things is because there's a lot of responsibilities that come with it. So in that, should Christians, married or not, should Christians be allowed to wear clothing that's exposing? Let's dive into it. Let's start with the Bible. Let's read the Bible. We're going to read 1 Corinthians chapter 6, starting in verse 13. We're going to go halfway down verse 13. So now the body is not for sexual immorality, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. And God both raised up the Lord and will also raise us up by his power. Do you not know that your bodies are members of Christ? Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them members of a harlot? Certainly not. Now, harlot is a woman prostitute. So implement that when you read that. And let's read it again with that with that in your mind. Do you not know that your bodies are members of Christ? Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them members of a harlot? Certainly not. Or do you not know that he who is joined to a harlot is one body with her? For the two, he says, shall become one flesh. Which, if you're dwelling in that, you're becoming like a harlot. You're becoming that of a woman prostitute, which is, not good, dwelling in sexual immorality. But he who is joined to the Lord is one spirit with him. Flee sexual immorality. Every sin that a man does is outside the body, but he who commits sexual immorality sins against his own body. Or do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have from God, and you are not your own? For you were bought at a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. So anybody that claims Christianity, to be Christian, which is to be Christ-like, to be a Christ follower, while at the same time wearing things that expose yourself, no matter what it is, whether it's, the top or the bottom, either side of the bottom, if you're wearing things that that are exposed to people, you are committing a sexual immoral act, whether you're married or not. And what that could lead to, not only for yourself, you should be representing your body to God, on your own, but by you being involved in and wearing clothing that exposes you, that, makes you commit sexual immorality, you're also then potentially causing others to sin as well by them lusting after you, them looking at you. Then now they turn into, committing a sinful act, committing sexual immorality by looking at somebody other than who they're supposed to be with. Or even if they're not with anybody. We're not supposed to lust after each other. Before marriage or even after marriage, we should only be, God has a person for each one of us. And it's especially important, when you're married, to not, involve yourself with sexual immorality outside of your marriage. And it's so hard today because there's so many people that walk around exposing themselves, thinking it's okay just because it's part of the norm. It's part of it's part of the culture today. Or it's just, I'm just wearing workout clothes. It's not. It's not okay to claim to be Christian and then at the same time wear clothes that expose yourself like that. That's what the Bible calls, a lukewarm Christian. That's being a quote unquote Christian, a pretend Christian at that point. If you're not convicted to not wear those kind of things, whether you're married or not, in being a Christian, you got to check yourself. You got to check the spirit on that. You got to go to God and ask him, to reveal this to you and to hopefully change that mindset. But let's go to another verse. Let's go to Matthew chapter 18. And it's where Jesus warns of offenses. And this is he was talking to the disciples at the time. But it's, it's speaking to us when we claim Christianity. And what he says is in chapter 18, verse 6 is, but whosoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him if a milestone were hung around his neck and he were drowned in the depths of the sea. So it's not only important for yourself to be Christ-like, especially when claiming Christianity, to be Christian, to be a follower of Christ, but it's even more important when you claim Christianity to be the follower of Christ, and at the same time, you're potentially causing others to sin through you thinking what you're wearing is normal when it actually isn't, because it in turn you're committing sexual immorality to yourself, and you're potentially causing other people to sin with sexual immorality by them being distracted by what you're wearing. You know, what you gotta ask yourself is not only what I'm wearing causing potential, sexual immorality towards myself or others, but are you teaching your children or other kids that it's okay, to walk around half naked and expose yourself? Where it starts when you're a kid, and it starts with us as parents to our kids, allowing them or not to wear clothing that can expose themselves. It starts when they're kids, and then, with them being comfortable in that. We got a huge responsibility as Christians to really realize the culture we're in and how much the quote unquote norm of that culture might actually be leading us down a road of sin, not just for ourselves, but others too. So, at the end of the day, just put a shirt on, cover yourself up. Don't be showing this stuff right here. You ain't got to show everything to be accepted. It's okay to be beautiful. It's okay to look good. It's okay to have big muscles, men, women too. It's okay to to be nice looking. It's okay to be fit, but you shouldn't have a desire. As Christians, you shouldn't have a desire to flaunt it, to show it off, to be in this bubble of sexual immorality. As Christians, we should be outside of that bubble. So dress well, okay? Dress well, and let your beauty flow with the ones that you're meant to be with. We're supposed to be spreading the gospel, not our buttons, y'all. In 1 John chapter 2, verses 15 through 17, it tells us to not love the world. Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lusts of the flesh, the lusts of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world is passing away, and the lust of it, but he who does the will of God abides forever. Let's just, verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, no clothes, or the lack thereof. The lust of the eyes, which if you're wearing no clothes, people are looking at you like they shouldn't be. And the pride of life. That could fall into, well, it's just cheerleading. It's just a sports event. I'm just running with these kind of clothes on. No, put some clothes on. We are not to be of this world. Do not love the world because it's going to pass away. Do not love this world or anything that's a part of it. I mean, how many people do you see going to a church? Going to a church sermon. Half naked. Kids, teenagers, adults, whatever it's. How many do you see going to a church service? Half naked. Cleavage showing out. Booty cheeks hanging out at church. Quit it. Put your clothes on, especially when you go to church. And no, y'all's skin tight, sucking up to everything that was made for you. Yoga pants, yoga shorts, spandex. It ain't gonna cut it. It ain't gonna count as covered either. It's still nasty. And you have to also ask yourself, not just with what you're wearing, but what are you allowing your kids to watch? How are you allowing them to dress? What music are you listening to that gives them the influence that it's okay to dress half naked? Let's just look at Taylor Swift's new album, right? If you ain't seen it, look it up. It is not something you should let your Christian children be involved in at all whatsoever. Now say what you want to about her music and how it's just music, you just like her music. No. Satan very much well uses the music today to put a lot of influence, worldly influence into kids and even parents, making them think that, it's just music. She's a good influence. She's nice. Well, no, not really. Not when you're claiming to be a Christian and, you're at the same time allowing your kids to do that. It teaches them that it's okay to be half naked to not even respect yourself as a woman, and to think that it's okay for you, to dwell in sexual immorality. It starts young, people. Keep your kids dressed. Let them know that they're beautiful the way they are, covered, and that the only time that they need to expose anything at all is when they're married. That's it. I don't care if you're a cheerleader, ballerina, dancer, whatever. Just because it's, they're a part of those normal things today, it's fine, it's cute, let them be cheerleaders and stuff, but with being in those things, you can make them dress according to your Christian values. You can. Let's clothe our children, people. Put some clothes on. Put some clothes on. If you got little Swifties, then you need a big Swiftie kicking the butt. There can't be no Christian Swifties. Let me tell you right now, there ain't no such thing. So my whole point in this is, be careful in claiming to be Christian while at the same time being in the world. We're being part of the world. We're in the world. We're going to be in this world, but we're not meant to be a part of it. We got to check ourselves, especially when claiming to be Christians and followers of Christ. We got to check ourselves. We got to make sure we're not on the other side of that fine line, and we're part of the world. Be in the world, not part of it. God bless you. I hope this video finds you well, and we'll be speaking again soon. Biblical breakdown. God bless you. Put the clothes on. Jesus is the